Yeah. Hello, friends. Welcome to Kishan's University of Sustainability. So, today we are going to know about the sustainable practices which are already done by some world well known companies. And I will let you know what is that practice which are done by the companies. So, the next we are going to discuss about the continuation video from the previous video. So, the goal number two, that is SDG2. So let's get started. So here these are the 17 goals according to United Nations and 169 targets which are there in each and every goal. So here this bottle is the shampoo bottle. This bottle is made by using a sustainable way of manufacturing. So how it is converted? What is the raw material which is used? So this bottle on the brand of Oriel. So the L'Oreal and the Lanzatech and the Total. These are the three well-known companies. They had come up with the sustainable packaging product, that is shampoo bottle, which is made by using the industrial carbon emissions. Those emissions and captured and recycled into this bottle. This is called a sustainable practice, a sustainable package. This is the world's first package by collaboratively L'Oreal, Longitech, and Total. So, how it is transformed, how the carbon emissions is transformed into this usable bottle. So we can learn that. So here, in the first process, the Longitech company captures the total industrial carbon emissions and uses a unique process, that convert into ethanol. So it first captured the industrial carbon emissions and converted into ethanol, so which is done by the Lanzatech. And in the next process, those ethanol material to converted into ethylene and then polymerizes it into the polyethylene. Okay, then in the last step, the L'Oreal that uses this polyethylene to manufacture a bottle to fill the shampoo in that. The bottle has same properties like the conventional bottle as well. So this is the process they have used, and they manufactured these number of sustainable products by waste to usable products. So this is one best example in recent one which is done by the three companies collaboratively, the L'Oreal and Lanzatech and the Total. Thank you very much. So then we are going to discuss about the goal number 2, which is SDG goal 2, that is zero hunger. So this goal is meant for to end hunger and achieve food security and improve nutrition and to promote the sustainable agriculture. So why we need to fulfill this goal? To meet the hunger problems, to meet the food security, and to encourage sustainable agriculture. Why? Because we have so many problems behind that. That's why we should work on that, and we should achieve the goal number 2, that is zero hunger, by all the governments, organizations in different countries. So if you see that our soils and freshwater, oceans and forest as well, and in the large way, the biodiversity at large are being rapidly degrading or vanishing or exploited by different human activities and other activities as well. So in this scenario, we need to address the global budging problems, that is climate change, carbon emissions, and the global warming. These are very important issues nowadays we are facing. So when we will address those issues, we can achieve the goal number 2, that is zero hunger, and we can promote the sustainable agriculture, sustainable practices in agriculture. So in all over the world there are so many practices which are already started. So recently we can see in Sikkim also. The Sikkim is the first state in India, in all over the world as well. It's become, the organic agriculture. It promoted organic agriculture, organic state. So that is a good news for India. So, my dear friends, here to achieve the goal number 2, we have some targets which are described, which are framed by United Nations along with collaboration by different global bodies. Here you can see the 2.1 target, that is universal access to safe and nutritious food. So in this, the government is going to end hunger by 2030. This means is going to eliminate undernourishment as well. So here, and food insecurity. Those are the problems we are facing. So we have to achieve the food security by 2030. This is going to mean to address the problem of severe food insecurity in the coming future. And my dear friends, here the target 2.2 deals with in all forms of malnutrition. So here by 2030 we should end all forms of malnutrition, including achieving by 2025 the international agreed targets on stunting as well as wasting in children under 5 years of age, and as well to address the nutritional needs of adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women, and older persons as well. So this is about the target 2.2. And dear friends, the next target 2.3, it deals with double the productivity and incomes of small scale food producers. So here by 2030, so we are going to double the agriculture productivity by using the multiple sustainable practices, as well as we need to double the incomes of small scale food producers, in particularly women and indigenous people and family farmers and pastoralists and fishers, including through secure and equal access to land, other productive resources and inputs. And we are going to provide the knowledge, the financial services, and markets as well as opportunities to value addition to the employment opportunities. So in this target, so then the target 2.4, which is going to deal with the sustainable food production and resilient agriculture practices. So in this, the United Nations has described by 2030, we should ensure the food sustainable food production systems, and as well as to implement resilient agriculture practices which are going to increase the productivity and production, and that should help to maintain ecosystem, a balancing ecosystem in food security, and it leads to zero hunger, and that is going to strengthen capacity for adaptation of climate change, climate resilient agriculture practices. Like we are facing extreme weather, drought, flooding, and other disasters. we should try to increase the climate resilient practices. We need to address the extreme weather conditions and drought and flood conditions, and the crops should be, I mean, resilient to the climate changes. So in that way, the governments all over the world started working in that. So then the next target deals with maintaining genetic diversity in food production. So here by 2020, it is going to maintain the genetic diversity of different seeds, cultivated plants, and farmed and domesticated animals, as well as it is going to, improve the, food production, and to maintain the diversify of genetics in the crops and different forms related to agriculture. So then this next, which is deals with investments in rural infrastructure and agricultural research activities and technology, as well as gene banks. So in this, the United Nations is going to increase investment, including through enhanced international cooperation and in rural, especially in rural infrastructure, for the improvement of agriculture research activities, to promote good research in agriculture and to make, to meet the future food needs and food security needs, as well as in some other services which are related to zero hunger. And technology should be developed and plant livestock, gene bank should be enhanced to meet this goal. So these are some of the goals which are mentioned here. And the next one is going to deal with prevent agriculture trade restrictions, market distortions, and export subsidies. So the last one, which is deals with ensure, stable food commodity markets and timely access to information. So here, to adapt measures, to ensure the proper functioning of food commodities markets and their derivatives that facilitate timely access to market information, and including on foods reserves, and that should be meet to, the extreme volatility of food price. So these are the targets which are framed by United Nations. Thank you very much for the patient listening. Thank you.